What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix's new movie, The King. Hey, before you watch this review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. So last year it was Outlaw King with Chris Pine, and this year it's The King with Timothée Chalamet. I wonder what medieval period piece Netflix will give us next year. All joking aside, it is kind of nice that Netflix continues to bring us movies from this genre that, let's face it, they are few and far between these days. Okay, The King to me is a mixed bag. There are parts about it that work, and there are parts about it that are somewhat clunky. But the movie does have enough political intrigue that will engage House of Cards fans. Timothée Chalamet plays a wayward prince and reluctant heir to the English throne, Hal, who despises his father and turns his back on royal life. But when his tyrannical father dies, even though he doesn't seek the crown, Hal then has to embrace the life that he previously tried to escape. With a war against France looming on the horizon, the young king must navigate the palace politics and chaos while trying to figure out which counselors around him he can actually trust. Co-starring Joel Edgerton as Hal's drunken closest friend and mentor, John Falstaff. Now, this movie is only loosely based on the actual King Henry V. It takes into account some of the events during his reign, including the war against France. But there are many fictional elements as well, including Joel Edgerton's character, John Falstaff, who I believe was a character that William Shakespeare created for his plays. Oh, and another fun fact, this movie reunites Ben Mendelsohn, Joel Edgerton, and director David Michôd, all of whom previously gave us one of my favorite movies of 2010, Animal Kingdom. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to what I think are the good parts about this movie, The King. As I mentioned earlier, the political intrigue is this film's main entree. The backstabbing, the betrayal, the conspiracy, the ways in which the counselors, even the archbishop, try to instill doubt in the king's heart and to manipulate the king to sway towards their agenda. And there's nothing really soap opera-ish about the way it's written. In fact, screenwriters David Michôd and Joel Edgerton emphasize the life and death consequence that comes with each decision. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, as the old saying goes. And it's also this wrestling match between voice of reason and the corroding corruption of power. All that and more are what I truly find engaging about The King. And if this film had just stayed the course all the way through to the end, we would have had the great political film since The Contender. But unfortunately, The King has to occasionally resort to your generic medieval battles. And I probably would not mind it as much if they would just go all out. But there's nothing really original nor creative about its execution. Hell, at one point, it even kind of copies a major scene from Game of Thrones' Battle of the Bastards episode. One can probably argue, well, battles, especially in medieval times, are not supposed to look well choreographed. They're supposed to look dirty and messy. And you know what? I would agree. But most of the time in this film, they look like they're all over the place. It's hard to take any of them seriously. Some might say that Robert Pattinson here is the scene stealer, but I say that the film's comic relief intention through his snobby, brutal French character is irritating, and the timing of the comedy frequently goes out of step. I could not wait for that character to be taken off the board because it's such a wasted talent on Robert Pattinson's part. Having said that, I do genuinely think that both Timothée Chalamet and Joel Edgerton give outstanding performances. Timothée in particular is undeterred in his portrayal of a conflicted, vulnerable idealist. And because of those two characters, there's a bit of a pleasant friendship drama going on there for you as well. Overall, go watch The King just to watch the character Hal maneuver through the deceit surrounding him. But for everything else, let's just say that even though this movie does not fumble a lot, when it does, it sticks out like a sore thumb.